welcome back to my channel, Lumen Moon Tarot. I'm here with wet hair and all to do the MOJO. I am gonna start calling this like the weekly MOJO because honestly guys, I tried to keep up with it every day and it just isn't working. Like yesterday I spent the whole day shoveling snow and I missed it because I kind of had to, and it's just difficult. So I'm gonna do like a weekly, and I'm gonna, you know, do it however often that I can. But yeah, this reading is for the collective. This is for like inspirational, high vibing messages, keeping the vibes high, right? This reading may not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's okay. Don't panic. It just means that I didn't pick up on your story today, okay, with this reading. That happens with readers, you know. And I'd like to thank everyone for their support, your likes, subscribes, comments, shares, all of it, the whole nines. You guys have been awesome. Keep it coming. If you'd like to make a donation to my channel, there's a link to follow at the bottom of the description box, and this channel is for adults only. Okay, first of all, the overall energy that I got is that you are headed straight into a brand new life. You may have started noticing that things are changing for you already, okay? I feel like you're just breaking away from like a rest period. But yeah, you're feeling really good, coming out of your shell, breaking free, which brings us to all that glitters, okay? I feel like the moment that you took the mask off and realized that you're more than what you know, more than what people have portrayed you to be, okay? I feel like you broke out of your shell, you showed your real self, you accepted your real self and a new path, and it's going to bring you to all that glitters, okay? It's going to bring you complete and utter abundance. You may start seeing your finances go up. I know a lot of you probably are already. All because you decided to show the real you, okay? All because you decided to take the mask off. Like say you were doing a job, and not that you were doing it bad, or say there was nothing wrong with that job, it just wasn't for you. Say you always dreamed about doing something else, okay? Once you took that mask off and showed people, you know what, I'm built for something else entirely, and you took that first step and realized it, it started bringing in your abundance. It started bringing in kind of like riches, okay? And you know, the divine has your back on that. I think this is the time for everyone to make that change for themselves and go after their happiness instead of being beaten and suppressed, you know, to help, you know, everybody else succeed. You know what I mean? I think being yourself and stepping out of that way of thinking is bringing your success, okay? You're not you don't have that restriction. You're not restricted. You know, before you were restricted wearing these masks, that's just what you looked like, you know. People wanted you to wear those. Now you're like, no, man, I'm taking the mask off and I'm going after what I want, and it's going to bring you abundance. Yeah, how many different ways can I say that, right? And that's going to usher in peace, of a whole new change for you. This number 5 brings change. That's what I see. Yeah, peace. You're going to feel a great sense of peace, and in that peace you're going to be able to realize new ideas, and new ideas are just going to start flowing in with the wind with you, because you've got that open mind, because you broke the chains of, you know, any kind of way you were living in the past. Okay, it's going to bring a sense of calmness, and that calmness is, you know, it's going to give you ideas. It's going to start forming those ideas into treasure. That's why your abundance is coming in. Your ideas, you taking a break, being in a sense of peace, being in an open mind state, letting the ideas flow in, that is going to bring in your treasure. Okay. I feel though with your central focus here of between worlds that you're feeling kind of shaky about it. These flamingo's legs are really shaky feeling to me. I don't know why. I think it's that change that you're making, okay? You're in between the old way of thinking, the old stuff you were doing, and you're stepping into something that it's almost like taking a leap of faith in a way. That change, you're making that change. During that change, even with the peace here, it feels like, it just feels like you go from peacefulness to, okay, my treasure's coming with this idea. I'm going to take this idea and run with it into a brighter future. But as you do that, you get a little nervous because you can feel yourself pulling away from the past. And let's just say, even if the past wasn't all that great, that was what you knew. Okay? And it feels like, to me, it feels like you're stepping away from like a safety net, or you're stepping away from all that you knew before into something that feels better, but still it's nerve-wracking. I can't quite explain it to you. First light, yeah, it's the beginning of a brand new cycle, and you know it. That's what happens when you step through, you know. You're starting a brand new kind of way of life in some form or another. Whatever change you guys are making, that's what I'm talking about. Whether it's in a relationship, I see it just being with work, or something that you make money with all that glitters. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. You could be doing something spiritual. You could just be, you know, with peace here and yin. I'm sure you're, you know, touching spirit here with the feeling of that openness here that peace brings. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is a lot more open to receive messages, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But you could be doing something spiritual, finding that was your path the whole time. Maybe you're a healer. You could be a spiritual instructor or teacher. You could even be another tarot card reader. But I see you climbing that, you know, it's a climb to get to the top here. So I see it that this is something that you take step by step. It's almost like you're learning something new, opening to your spiritual source. I feel like you're learning something new, something spiritual. In the spiritual realm, I guess I want to say. Maybe you're just learning about yourself during this peaceful yin state of mind, you know? Yeah, and it's cleansing for you. Purification activates vibrant life force. I think you're spending a lot of time in the water. I see a lot of baths, of course. I see swimming. I see nature. I also see this dragonfly here, and the dragonfly is always a sign to me that you're being visited from someone from the other side. I always see the dragonfly when my father's around me. I mean, and that's just my personal experience, you know what I mean? So, something about the springtime, perhaps this climb here to the top is going to bring you may start seeing your abundance really poppin' when spring hits or summer. I'm seeing May and June. And I think it's gonna give you some rebirth here too with this Lily. Your name may be Lily. Yeah, watch and lay back, rest and relax, and that's what she's doing. Lie back, rest and relax. Okay? Desert passage, because there's a divine plan. I feel like, okay, especially with these two, I think you're supposed to relax. She's laying back, she's relaxing. We'll get to this one in a second. And I feel very much like you're just kind of trusting trusting that passage. It may seem dry in the beginning, and that may be what's giving you the shakiness here in this card. Because you know there may be that rough patch right when you get started, okay? But once you get started, look, this flamingo's wearing a crown. Okay, so once you get started and you step into this new cycle with this, with whatever this idea is, whatever it is that you feel like you're on your path for, okay? It may start out dry, but I feel like by spring or summer, by like June, it's gonna be flowing. Everything's gonna be flowing in for you. Right now is that learning stage still. You're still on a learning curve. See how it goes up, curving? You're still on this learning curve, but you're gonna reach this top, okay? And then you'll be able to see everything clearly at the lookout. You'll be able to see everything clearly, okay? In the flow, everything is smooth. After that, it's going to be smooth sailing. Thank you, Divine. After that, it's going to be smooth sailing. You know, like I said, though, right now you're in the flow. This is wintertime now. Look in the card, it's wintertime. And this is like spring and summer. I'm really feeling May and June. May and June. What's going on in May and June? Is that like a major... Is there like a major planetary moon phase or something? We'll have to look that up. But yeah, I feel like right now you're in the flow. You're loading up your cart, or you're loading up your sleigh, right? And you're shoving off, okay? And everything it's smooth sailing to a point. I really feel like it's smooth sailing because it's bringing you peace. It is allowing you to open up and manifest really what's about to happen. This is when you start really, your work really starts paying off. You know, right now, like I said, you're still in that learning curve, but it's okay. It's all right. You know, like, okay, I'll tell you my situation here. All right. I loved my job. I was a welder, I was an artist on the art department as well, and a manager in the maintenance department, okay, for a business that's in Wisconsin Dells. And I was one of their top welders because I'm artistic, okay, and because I channel, so picking up on new things like that is fairly easy for me. But I really, really excelled, and I ended up making some massive projects. You can check them out on the community board. But they're absolutely gorgeous, and I loved my job, and I loved the people that I worked with. And I kept getting these messages that even though I loved it, I had to choose between doing this and giving messages to other people from the divine, or doing a job that I really, really love, also working as a welder. And so that next Monday I went in and sprung it on my boss and I told him that I had to choose, and I told him this was about the divine and this was about my works here, and he totally understood, and I can go back there anytime. He kept me on the payroll. But I'm really, when I chose, okay? Now, I was able to do that because I'm on God's payroll now, okay? So you have to have faith, all right? But it has been very nerve-wracking for me. I have had that shaky leg syndrome before during this, because this was like 3 weeks ago. And something like that, 3 weeks or a month, something like that. And it took me, learning curve. It took me like 2 weeks to figure out a schedule that I could keep myself on, okay, when it came to this. It took me like 2 weeks to figure out how to not go stir crazy going from an extremely physical man job to doing this kind of brain work, because this is actually mind work. It's completely different, okay? It makes me more exhausted, actually, to be honest with you. It took me a while to learn how to get in the groove and what exactly to do. And in a lot of cases, I'm still working it out, but I'm getting there. I'm going up this learning curve. Now, I've already started to see the payoff of this. So was I scared when I made that move? Heck yeah. I guess I was. The fear is different when you have faith. You know, the fear is more like the shaky legs. It's not like a cowering fear, okay? It's like the shaky legs, because when you have faith and you feel like you just need to be doing something and you're called to do it, you just do it. You know, if you keep second guessing it, that the shaky leg syndrome turns into all out fear, and you literally close the door to opportunity. And I didn't want to do that this time in my life. This time I wasn't going to do that. So I took a leap of faith, and it's paying off. It was the right thing to do, even though I knew it then. But you know, there's a learning curve that goes with that. So that's what I'm talking about. You know, it takes a few weeks to figure that out. And I'm telling you, in May and June, and you could be a water sign as well, you don't have to be, but in May and June, you're going to start seeing things paying off. You may even start seeing synchronicities with people that you're thinking of that have passed away. You're going to start blossoming and rejuvenating and spending more time in nature, and it's going to make you feel much, much better. Things are going to start coming true for you here. Things are going to start really, all that glitters is coming. It's coming. You just have to have faith, you know? Heck yeah. Yeah, but right now you feel, you know, you feel that change, and it's shaking up things, and it's shaking up your schedule, and it's shaking up your sleep, and it's shaking up your muscles, and it's shaking up your mind especially. You know, but here's the thing that I noticed, and I didn't notice before in this card because you can't really see it very well. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I hope the camera is processing this. But off of this flamingo's head is like, it's the same rays of this card, only much fainter. Do you see that? What that tells me, especially when those rays are coming off of your crown chakra, and the rays in the card right after that is imagine, okay? What this tells me is the divine is kind of also helping you to manifest the right things for what it is that you're going for, okay? I think you're trying to see the big picture without having a clear view of the big picture. But yet you know that you have this calling to do something completely different. And you know with your faith that it's going to pay off for you and bring you your abundance that you deserve, okay? So I think this is both receiving messages from the divine and sending out manifestations to the universe. I know that sounds weird, but really think about it. You're imagining, since you don't have a clear view of the big picture yet, you're still a little shaky, crossing between the old and into the new with a lot of learning yet to do. Think about it. You have to imagine the big picture. That means when you imagine, you're manifesting. When you have to imagine the big picture, you're manifesting things. Just try to manifest positive things. Imagine in the sun, here, not in the darkness, in the sunlight. Imagine light and high vibing things. And you will be able to lasso that moon and pull it down. I think right now in this time period, because you took that leap of faith, because you're trying to step out of the old and into the new, very, very bravely, I must add, your manifestation abilities are highly litty right now. Like literally, if you visualize it, you can get it. If you visualize it, you can get it. These rays here, going up to this moon, going up to the universe, are the same powerful rays coming off of your crown chakra in this picture. So I really feel like this is manifestation time for you, even though you don't have a clear view of where you're going right now. You're still doing it, and you're embracing the enthusiasm. You're keeping your vibrations high. That's working in faith, okay? You're keeping your vibrations high. You may not have a clear vision of the big picture because you know you haven't made it to the top of the tower yet. You're still in learning curve, climbing that tower. Once you make it to the top in May or June, or maybe shortly after that, you'll be able to have that clear view, that big picture view, okay? But until then, you're keeping your vibes high. You're making wishes. This is manifesting. See, once again, butterflies, when you whisper to the spirits, when you whisper a message to a butterfly, they fly away and they go to heaven and deliver the message to the person that's in heaven. Okay, that's like an old saying, okay? But this is what you're doing. You're whispering your dreams and they're flying away. You're not flying away, but going up to deliver that message. You're manifesting right now. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Your vibes are so high with taking the step from the old into the new. You're excited, you're enthusiastic, and it's gonna make your dreams come true. I sound like a hopeless romantic, but it's true. Yeah, the wondrous universe. Walk in beauty. Like I said, you're sending your thoughts up to the universe. And in doing this, you'll notice this spring, I'm telling you, spring or summer, you're going to make it to the top of this learning curve. And you're going to be able to see the big picture. It's coming. Right now, you're speaking to the universe, the wondrous universe. That's wonderful. You're manifesting. And, you know, taking shelter, the answers are within. This is like my Hermit card, okay? Go within. Try to figure out what you want from within. You know, if you can't see the big picture now because you're still learning, it's okay. Because the answers are within you. And that's why you have the ability, the power, and the enthusiasm to properly manifest what you want. You're manifesting what's coming to you. Okay? The answers are within you. And that lantern lights your way. You don't need to see the big picture to manifest. You know, while you're still on this learning curve and climbing to the top, you can still manifest, and those manifestations are coming to you spring and summer. I'm calling it now. Spring and summer. May, June, possibly July. Okay, yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope this resonates with someone. Thanks for stopping. Thanks for looking. These are going to be made weekly from this point on. I'll get to them every chance that I get, okay? Yeah, and if you like this video, remember to click that like button and subscribe to the channel and join the family. We'd love to have you. All right. Have a fabulous day, a fabulous week, and peace out.